Chris, this year at school, my 7-year-old son, he's in year three, and for the first time at school, he's got to wear a tie, which I just find a little bit absurd.
Yeah,
I know we've all had to wear ties in school uniforms, but sometimes you just have to stand back. You just have to stand back and go, why do we do this?
yeah.
Why do we do this? The girls are having to wear ties. They wear ties even less in adult life than the boys do. And even these days in adult life, you don't see many men wearing ties. Chris, you, for example, are a professional man who manages a large team of people. Tell me the last time you wear a tie.
It would have been at maybe a wedding that I went to at some point. I didn't wear a tie to the last wedding I went to. Friends of mine are more likely to be getting divorced than married at the moment. I really, I have worn ties in the last couple of years. Maybe I should wore one to a funeral. Did I wear a tie that day? I think I must have done. Yeah, once in the last year.
Exactly. So if really we're talking about commemorating death and
hmm
respect, and that's the
hmm
only time we're wearing ties, why are we making school children at the age of 7 go to school wearing a tie? Um, when I associate ties and school, it's kind of like almost things like getting caught up in a vice in CDT in a tie, or getting your tie caught in a lathe, or getting your tie pulled by a bully or something or other. Why are we putting kids through this when that doesn't happen in day to day life? You don't walk around the office and someone gets your tie and attaches you to a lathe or a vice because, first of all, you're not wearing them. I just don't understand it. Even the Prime Minister these days isn't really wearing ties. He might do in the House of Commons, but if he's on a visit, he's not wearing a tie.
No.
It's just pointless.
I could not agree with you more. This is going to be one of those instances where we are entirely on the same page. When I went to school and I had to wear a tie every day, and I've got a reasonably thick neck, and it was always so uncomfortable. So I'd even have the top button undone with the tie a little bit loose, and I would get told by my teachers that if I wanted to have a real job, that would not pass, which was clearly completely misguided. Because even if I'd got a job in the city in a bank, they don't even tend to wear ties these days. Um, they also told me I'd never get away with having long hair or earrings. And as you say, I'm a manager of a large team, no longer have long hair, but still wear the earrings. So school is all about preparation. Yeah, school is about uh, academically, but also in a number of other ways, getting young people ready to be successful adults, to live their best adult life. And I get an element of uniform. I get the need for people to sort of turn up, look smart or neat every day. I understand why you won't necessarily want everyone in their own clothes, because I think that can lead to issues around bullying and various other things like that. So I don't have a problem with uniform, but uniform should reflect the preparation for adult life. And the tie as a part of that is nonsense. If you walk through the city of London right now on a Tuesday afternoon, at best, half the men are wearing ties, and that should be noted by schools, in my opinion.
I completely agree. A couple of points. Uniform is important. It's a sense of belonging, identity. Ironically, that's actually where the history of the tie comes from. Croatian soldiers serving in France wore decorative knotted neckerchiefs
Yes,
for their uniform to kind of show that that's who we are. So I don't have a problem with uniform as identity, and an element of discipline is important. But you can get that without the tie. There is that famous saying: "Walk a mile in another man's shoes, and you live a year of his life." I think that's a saying, isn't it, or something like that?
let's say it is.
Okay. But you've got to look after your shoes. Okay. Look after shoes, not ties. Now, in the defense of the teachers who taught us in our generation, ties were still a big part of adult life then. They weren't to know the drop off in the tie. I'd go as far as saying the drop off in the tie came during COVID when people started working from home. And now, we're looking at people going back into offices Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And when they go back, it's a slightly more lax attitude because people realise they could do work and endeavour at home, but not have to wear a tie. I think ties died in COVID, and teachers weren't to see that coming. Bottom line is, there's no place for them in schools in 2025.
Ties died, wear tie-dye. That should be the slogan for kids in schools.
Wow. That is bold. And that is, I can't believe that something as wise as that has come out of this podcast. So ties in 2025, 1 star. It's no point. Funerals or nothing.
100%. I'm with you.